Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, and I want to thank you so much for coming on the in review. What's your news on this Thursday night? Thursday night, which is the last Thursday before Christmas. The the second to last the second to last Christmas, the second to last Thursday before the New Year, if that's what is the best thing to say. Um, and it's a bit chilly in the UK as well. I was trying to get onto my a link I was getting with Instagram, but it wasn't working in a way. But I want to thank you so much for coming on. And yes, it's a great Thursday. Lots of things are in the news. Sad things going on in Prague. I mentioned something about interest rates being held, but chances are interest rates may even, go down in the new year. What is the new year for you? What is the new year for me? What was your plan for the new year? Thanks for those joining on TikTok as well. Thank you for those who are going to be joining on Facebook, and thanks for those joining on YouTube. And I'm just gonna bring in my guests at the same. Well, not my guest, my co-host, if anything, at the same time. How are you, Herbert? What's up?
I'm all right. I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah. I don't know if you heard when I started to hear a little echo sound. You heard a little echo sound? I don't know if you heard
No,
it.
I haven't heard anything.
There was something because there's a link which I was doing with my platform. I use a StreamYard platform whereby I can actually at the same time bring in Instagram, which is the new feature they have. But somehow I'm getting a an echo sound, so it's not working properly yet. But that's no problem still. Melanie Robinson, good afternoon, good evening, good evening, good evening. How are you? Welcome. Thanks, Mel. Yeah, Virgin. Well, we're on the end of the. What I was trying to say is the second to last Thursday before the New Year, the,
Before next year.
before next year,
Mm-hmm.
the last show of the year. What is the
Mm-hmm.
last thing for you? The last, yeah, and
I mean, this year has been a productive year,
yes,
and I'm not one to say use what happened last year and this year. I base on where I was last year compared to where I'm at now.
yes, yes,
Make an assessment if that makes sense
mm,
of
mm,
where I
mm,
was and where I want to be.
yes, yes, and
So
and
this
and
year has
and
been a good year for me.
yeah, one of the things, even though this is not like talking about in the new year, but this is something a lot of people are talking about when it comes on to this point of the year. Many people think about the resolution that they've made, which they have not honored, or the resolution that they're going to make, which they hope they honor, and people are going to go to the gym, which
Jim,
they tend to do for one day or two, and is that you guys, and 3 days, and then all of a sudden that was they start having feedback kickback effect or so. I was guilty of that. Are you one of those persons?
I've never made a resolution.
Yeah.
Never in my life made a resolution.
Yes. Yes.
What I've done, as I've told you before, I make an assessment of where I'm at and where I'd like to be
Mm.
for the next year or for the next 12 months.
Yes.
And um, I think it has worked for the most part.
I tend not to like resolutions as well. I tend to always I have a favorite saying, keep on keeping on. Keep on the whole process of what I'm doing, building up to the next
Yeah.
level. I always say take it to the next level than to because I believe in a sense that resolutions can be classified as procrastination because you're planning to do something at some date to come when you could start it now. So some people
Yes.
sometimes may shut off and say, "That's it. I'm not going to do anymore for this year now. Just party, and then
Mhm.
when next year comes, I'm going to kick on." But I always
Mhm.
believe in that you build up into the Christmas and then you start up into New Year on a bang than waiting to create a bang, in the New Year. That's how I see. I don't know what people think about that.
I mean, it's all well and good that you have aspirations and ambitions,
Yes.
but you're probably looking at the next person and see what they're going to do.
Uh huh.
And if they don't make a move, then you're stuck in quicksand,
Yeah.
right? So technically, they're waiting on someone to give them a nudge before they do something. They,
Mm.
they do not have the motivation to do it on their own or by
Yes.
themselves.
Yes. 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 Long time listener, first time caller. Thank you. Well, listen. Some great, fantastic things in the news. When I say great and fantastic things, um, uh, 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 fantastic thing doesn't mean to say it's a great thing, but in I don't I don't think we spoke about this last week or so because that didn't happen. But in the Middle East, we had a situation whereby the Jews, Benjamin Netanyahu, the IDF actually shot their own. I think it was
Three of them, yeah,
three of them yet. That's
yeah.
one of the dangers of war, isn't it?
Well, when it comes to a war, there are no winners.
Yes.
Nobody can never say that they have won a war.
Mm,
They always come to some agreement or some statement or something. And in this case, there are no winners because civilians are dying
do you
on
know
both
what is
sides.
yeah, do you know what is great and interesting? Dr. Jimmy, how are you going for a run tomorrow morning? I'm going for a walk tomorrow morning, but I'm going to, yeah, it's great for your mental health. Yes, thank you. Um, you know, are you having a bounce up there? um, that's all right. What I was going to say again is it is so interesting, ladies and gentlemen, and this is what I find very interesting. You have a certain amount of hostages, and but you're going to kill off thousands. I don't know. Is it 20,000? I mean, that figure is high. I mean, you know, you know,
20,000.
that figure is high.
That is no 20,000. That I would say has not been
Verify.
independently verified.
Yes,
It can be more, it can be less.
that's a very high figure. 20,000 persons who have been killed in the Middle East, and we're talking about on Hamas. I mean, the Palestinian side. And if that's the
Yeah.
case, you know that's beggars. That's shocking, man.
Hmm.
That's
It
very
is.
shocking. And
It
and
is.
know what Hamas is saying is that no more. They're not going to release anymore until the war, until Israel stop.
Yeah. But you see, everybody's looking at the other one to stop first,
Yeah, who's gonna
right?
blink? Who's gonna blink first? That's it.
Who's going to blink first?
Yes.
And if that
Mm,
happens, if
mm,
that continue to happens, the rockets and the bullets will continue to fly.
yes. And I think that is what Israel is actually saying. They can't stop because it's just gonna continue, and these guys gonna regroup.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you no matter how you take it, no matter how you take it, where you take it, Christmas, Good Friday, it doesn't matter. The rockets are still going to fly either way,
Yes.
and the blame is going to be flying either way. Doesn't matter how you take it.
So no matter how you take it, so what you're trying to say again, no matter how you take it, Trump will win the next presidency. Even though they're trying to
You
shut him
may
down
have a
even though they're trying to shut him down in
maybe
Colorado.
maybe you may have a president a president serving from a gated community.
I've always asked this question all the while.
Hmm.
Every president of America, and they're still president, former president. They're still called president.
Yeah.
What happens if they go to prison? Will the Secret Service go? Yeah, tell me, as a person, will the people go? Will the Secret Service go with him?
Well,
What do you think,
I
guys? Will
think
the
at
Secret
some
Service
point,
go with him? Yeah.
I think at some point, me, I'm not too much on the American system,
Yes.
but the I think at some point enough is enough.
Mm.
Where they say, all right, we can't be bothered with the drama. Let's cut it once and for all.
Shut it down.
Shut it down once and for all.
Is
And
that's a prerogative of the American people, isn't it? That they need to
no,
actually.
no, 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 because here it is now that the Supreme Court in Colorado has has made a ruling.
And it's going to go to the Supreme Court. Not no, the court.
Yes,
Is it Supreme Court
the
or the Court of Appeal?
the Supreme Court,
Yeah.
right? But now you have people coming out to say they are wrong.
You mean the Supreme
You
Court?
cannot,
Yeah.
yeah, the Supreme Court in Colorado is wrong.
Yes.
They should allow it to go to the ballot. You can't have it both ways,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The 14th Amendment clearly states that
Yes.
anyone who gives aid or comfort to an insurrectionist or group of people to overthrow the government must be barred from ever holding office in the US ever again.
So what you think gonna happen then is this? Is it going to be like a domino effect? So once the Colorado bit really firm up itself, it's going to be a domino effect, or it is going to build up the base of Donald Trump again. Because I've always said this, and this is what I say all the while, and people can actually hear this. This movie called Independence Day by the great Will Smith. Every time they were attacking that particular spaceship, the more they attacked
Mhm.
the spaceship got bigger and bigger. And I've always said this: the best way to deal with Donald Trump is just ignore him. But they keep
Well,
just ignore him.
well,
Mm,
not when you have people who follow um, idle talk,
yes,
right? Not when you have people who are allowing a man who has never read a book in 30 years to tell them,
is he black?
"We- huh?
Is he black? Trump black? Because you say he never read a book. They always say sometimes if you put something in the book, black
They
people
had
don't
it from
read
a
it.
black man.
Yes,
No, no,
yeah.
he's in fact orange.
Oh, it's orange. Okay, it's orange.
Yeah,
Okay, it's orange.
he's in fact
it's,
orange.
it's orange.
They,
Okay.
they refer to him as the orange Jesus.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, so he's never read a book. He's the least qualified
Uh,
ever to hold to live in the White House,
yes.
right? He does not have a law degree,
Mm.
but he has caused lawyers to lose their degree, to lose their license.
You mean like Rudy Giuliani and the two other lawyers who were speaking up for him for the recent.
No, it's more than
Yes,
just more than just three,
yes, yes,
because uh, quite a few lawyers have fallen by the wayside
yes,
because of Donald Trump.
yes. Let me just check. Gary,
Not
are you
a
there? Yeah, Gary, are you there by chance? Hold on. Sorry, my apologies. Gary, are you there?
I'm here, man.
Oh, you're operating behind the screen today.
Yeah.
Let me just show people, ladies and gentlemen, bigger, better, greater to the future. That's Gary Graham. I'll show you the picture so you can't hide, you know. You didn't want me to show you a picture?
Eh?
I just show you the picture so people know. Say it's not there's a fake person. You know what I'm saying? It's real. That there is. There's the
It's not just
culture.
At
an
least,
avatar.
at least I'm not the orange man.
The orange man. I don't know if you heard. How are you, Gary? I don't know if you heard a while ago what Herbert was saying about the orange Jesus, because I was saying when he said he has never read a book for 30 years, and there's an unfortunate saying which they say about black people, which I tend to don't follow through or follow it, and I believe that it will change because I want to write a book and I want to make sure a lot of black people read it as well. But they say when you put something in a book, you black people won't read it. And Herbert says Trump has never read a book for 30 years. So I said, is Trump black? And he says orange. You know. Now I don't know if you heard that Colorado is seeking to take him off the ballot. Well, they've won the
No.
case. Well, they've done a case already.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's quite strange because even then still,
Yeah.
even then, even that has happened. But from what I've heard, and it's been like that for a couple of weeks or a couple of months now, that the orange man is way ahead of Biden, where the polls are concerned. So I mean, it
We're
would
ahead of
seem
all of
that
them. We're ahead of all of them. Yeah.
No, well, I
the
mean,
Wait, Herbert. Herbert, I know you don't like
yeah.
the orange man, but Gary love the orange man. Gary speak Gary. I'm
no,
trying to balance. I'm trying to balance things. Eh?
no, I mean the thing about it, right?
Uh-huh.
I mean, the orange man, if he was ever a
Mm,
politician, he'd be um, the most dangerous politician in this world.
mm,
He's dangerous now as it is. I mean,
yeah.
he doesn't know politics. He has really caused a big wave in politics as far as the Americans are concerned because
Mm,
he has upset a lot of the apple carts.
mm,
Whatever, some, not all things, but whatever he said in regards what he wanted to do when he got into the office, he did. At least he did do one and two of them things. Even though
mm,
I'm not saying that his policies were correct. I'm not saying that he was right with
yeah.
everything that he did and said. But what I'm saying is that he did more damage than most presidents. Why? Because the presidents that went in, most of them didn't do anything like what they said that they would have done while they were on the campaign trail. And the Orange Man did. One notable thing was to move the embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem.
Mm,
Many years, the presidents of the United States said that they would have done that while they were on the campaign trail.
yes.
Um, the Orange Man said he would do it, and he did it. He
Mm,
said that he would build a wall. He started it, even
yeah.
though he was up against some of the most powerful men in the country. He
Mm,
started it. He said probably another one or two things that he was going to do, and he did
yeah.
it. Now, if he was a politician
Yes.
that knew how to talk, that knew, how to say things politically, that guy, the Orange Man, would be dangerous. He was dangerous already, but he would be far more dangerous now.
Yes. That's
So,
very interesting. Sorry, Gary. Keep talking, Gary. Sorry.
no, so I think, again, I don't know. I think that the powers that be wanted him in power
Mm,
because they needed to get
certain
the
things
United
done.
States into a particular position so as to do or so as whatever needed to happen could happen. People are not just put into positions of power because just because, I think that people go into power so that the men in gray suits, people that we don't see,
Yes.
you know, um, has the upper hand. Same thing in the UK. We've seen it with with David Cameron. We saw it with Boris. Then all of a sudden we see it with with Liz Truss, the shortest lived prime minister in the UK. and
Yeah.
then you got Rishi. I mean, these things don't just happen on the whim. I don't believe that. I really
Yeah.
don't believe that. I believe that
Yeah.
the political machinery is being turned, and not at the behest of the populace. It's
Yeah.
because there are powers behind the scenes that are dictating what needs to happen.
Can I just say then, Herbert, based on what Gary has just said, people are seeing actions and results from Trump to a certain level, and what some people have been saying of recent days is that with what they're trying to do against him, like the courts trying to block him, he's actually using this and saying, "You're thinking about me. Look what they can do to you." He has deflected it off himself to say, "I can take this, but I'm actually protecting you guys because this is what they can do to you to shut you up." And I'm actually about and by virtue of such, he seems to be gaining a level of momentum. Herbert, what do you say about that?
Because he's using his brain, right?
Well, I think people need to use their brain these days. Or what do
No,
you
no,
want
no,
to?
no, no. Donald Trump is using
Sorry, what do you want?
brains and using words from other speakers to his benefit,
Well,
right?
he's using AI. Then that's like artificial intelligence in a way.
No, no, no,
But
no.
in a way,
You
he's
cannot
grabbing.
put no.
Yeah.
You cannot put artificial intelligence and Donald Trump in the same sentence.
Yes.
It's factually wrong. It's,
Oh my
right?
God.
What Donald Trump is doing, right? He made a statement in 2015, I think it was, or when he
Yes.
became president,
Yes.
that he can shoot someone on Fifth Avenue and
And
nothing
still
will
walk
happen
free.
to him and
And
still
still
walk
walk.
free,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
I later found out that he took that phrase from another speaker from years before him, right? What Donald Trump is doing
Mm.
is grifting his supporters. Every time that he's arrested, messages are sent out: donate $1, donate $5,
Uh,
because they're trying to silence me. They're trying to silence you by using me.
mm.
Nothing of the sort. A criminal is a criminal is a criminal. And that's what Donald Trump is. Donald Trump is the only president to employ his sons and his daughter in the White House as cabinet members. Right?
Virgin, Virgin,
He's the
if
only,
yeah, go on.
huh?
Go
He's
on,
the
go on.
only president that his brother died. Never served the US government, but the
Mm.
funeral was held in the White House. Right? It is showing you that he has um, the hallmarks of a dictator.
Can I just say something to you and something which I was watching recent days? And what you said about Donald Trump bringing his family in, it struck me because I was watching Gary and you know Herbert Tiger Woods, and his daughter was being his caddy,
It's scary.
and his son he was playing with. So he's bringing
Yes.
his family with him. Then I watched
Yes.
again and I saw Beyonce on stage with Ivy Blue, and I was saying,
Yes.
"Wow, the way all they're bringing their children, and the father and the mother support." And then I look again, and guess who I saw? I am Kanye West with Northwest, and she do her song, and he's there promoting her, and he was just proud of his daughter, and when and they were showing a video the other day, and they said, uh, Northwest is a bit like Kanye West making sure that the I don't know whatever his wife the ex-wife is called again they
Kardashian
kept him,
Kim.
yeah, but isn't it okay, isn't it right for people to bring their families into business? That's what the Asians do, that's what everybody else do, as long as it is not like uh is it nepotism? I mean, one would say the whole
Yes, it
world
is nepotism.
one would say the
It
whole
is.
world. Look at Jamaica. Jamaica now have the prime minister, his wife. You have Douglas Darrell Vaz, his wife. You got Pernell Charles, his two children, brothers and sisters. Everybody, families are all getting into it. It's not just Donald Trump, is it?
Hold on. Silver,
Yeah,
as president of the US,
yes,
right?
yes.
You you'd hope that they would have surrounded themselves with people that knows
Mm,
the job,
yes,
right?
yes.
Ivanka, Donald Jr., Eric,
Mm,
Jared,
yes.
they knows nothing about US politics and its policies.
Mm,
Absolutely nothing,
yes.
right? What they did, Jared and Ivanka made, I think, some crazy figures like $60 million
Uh-huh.
during the administration.
Mm,
And it culminated in Jared getting a $2 billion investment from the Saudis for his private equity fund.
so he did better than Hunter then?
Huh?
He did better than Hunter, or Hunter did better than him?
No, 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 no. Hunter is nothing compared to
I'm
Jared,
just I'm just throwing this out.
right?
Yeah.
No, Hunter has nothing compared to Jared.
Yeah.
But what they also did was they made a business of the pardons as well.
Mm, yeah.
Because remember, there was a shooting in Iraq.
Yes.
A set of US contractors killed 17 Iraqis, right? Those men were sentenced in the US. They were pardoned.
Mm,
Okay? So what they're saying that American lives matter. No matter where you go, you can do anything, Donald Trump will pardon you.
mm,
Okay?
yeah. Yeah.
And I'm not saying it is legally and morally. If you're going to hire someone, just ensure that they have the basic knowledge of what to do.
Yes. Yeah. Well, we're gonna move on from Donald Trump because we are just giving him power a while ago by talking about him, right, Gary?
Oh yeah.
Let's it's a very interesting thing. And I love for people to hear reviews on those on Facebook, TikTok as well, because they're saying a lot of people are just disenchanted with what's happening in America at this moment, and that's the thing. But let's look at interest rates. Yes, interest rates really. Uh, the big belly man said too early to speculate. I hope he doesn't. Let me just call him proper by his name and stop calling him big belly man. Andrew Bailey, who is Bank of England governor. What he's saying is that interest rates too early to speculate about cuts, says bank bosses. I grabbed this article because it was 7 days ago still, but at the same time, um, a, a lot of punters are saying how the economy is looking and inflation is going down. There's a strong possibility that interest rates could come down in next year. Gary, we have been on this and we've been talking about this, and I'm always complaining about interest rate because whenever interest rate goes up, the bank always give you a call. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people have been affected. A lot of people, tenants, mortgage holders, tenants also get affected a lot because the property that they rent, the owners actually get hit as well, and they want to increase their rental, and they have sometimes have to move people.
Yeah.
Do you see there's a light at the end of a tunnel stepping into next year regarding inflation and interest rates, Gary?
What I do see, Sil, and
Herbert, Herbert, he
her,
Herbert, he sees. Gary sees what Gary sees. That's very important. And note what he said. What he can see. That's very
Yeah,
well,
important.
profit with an F or a P.
Yeah, what he sees, what he can see.
well. I mean, am I talking to Herbert or to Andrew? Which one? Which one?
Depends on the time of day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, what I do see is that election is coming,
Mm.
and the political parties are maneuvering, trying to put a spin on things now to make the
Yeah.
voters feel comfortable. Because I don't believe. I mean, we've been hearing that that oil, the price of oil has been going down, but it hasn't come to the pumps, has it? I mean,
Yeah,
the
a little bit.
It has been
where
fluctuating up and down, but it's dropping a bit. I've seen 1.3
A
something.
little bit.
Yeah, it
well,
just recent,
I
Gary.
don't.
Yeah.
I'm not really
Well,
seeing
Gary,
what.
maybe it's up to your part of country yet. Maybe it's on the motorway to you.
It's making the trade on the motorway,
Yeah,
Gary.
yeah, 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 yeah.
I don't know, but I really think that it they're only softening up
Mm,
the electorate. Really, that's what I see.
yes.
I don't feel that it's genuine. I don't think it's genuine. I think that they started the election fever or the electioneering very early
Yes.
because the world is not out of the recession as yet.
Mm,
It, there are other parts of the world that's having it very difficult, but they need to paint a picture now that things are not as bad as it looks, but things are very bad. Things are bad.
Well,
it
if
is.
they can take
Go
up
ahead,
three
bro. Go
million
ahead.
pounds and send to Rwanda,
What's
we're
that?
going to
Eh?
suffer.
What's that?
If
What's
they
that,
can take
Herbert?
up 3 million pounds and send and give to Rwanda for something that is a pipe dream.
Because you believe it
Yeah.
won't get off the ground. Is what you're saying, Herbert? You believe it won't get off the
Pardon?
ground? You believe it
No,
won't get off the ground? Uh-huh.
no.
Mm,
That is DOA, dead on arrival.
yes.
Yeah.
You know, next year, what I'm seeing next year, there's something also. There's gonna be a what do you call it? A shift. There's gonna be a shift into next year, and I tell you why the shift is gonna be. A lot of elections are happening. Congo just have it. I think they're having their elections now. America is poised towards an election. Jamaica is poised towards an election. Um, you saw Argentina just got a new leader there, right wing Giza. You saw Netherlands has also shift. There's a systematic, I don't know what's right word. There's a massive shift, which is happening, and when this happens, you're seeing persons making their country looking good, and maybe selling a false card. Do you think so? Jamaica, of course, is saying people are getting money and say, yeah, man, things are getting better there at the same time.
Getting
Uh,
money from where?
well, this is. Portia said she found money one time. I found money, you know. Um, you know, I think that's what I wouldn't be surprised if Biden pulls some stuff out of his hat as well, leading up to the election, because and because of that, and the UK, of course, is poised towards a general election, and many people are actually saying, well, people are saying they're tired of the Tories, tired of conservatives, but they're having this reservation still against Starmer. So Starmer is capitalizing a lot, not on him, but on the failings of the incumbent. Is that a fair statement?
Well, you have to choose. You have to choose your cleanest dirty shirt,
Mm,
right? And
Mm.
from what the conservatives are going on with,
yes.
I do not think there's anyone capable of leading that party,
Mm,
not anytime soon. And because of that, they keep kicking the can down the road, shifting from election,
yes. Or shifting, which getting different leaders as well.
getting different leaders, changing the narrative, or try to change the narrative, try at all costs to delay election, delay the inevitable.
Yeah. Guy, what's your take on that? Seeing into the future, because actually, I must say, it's very interesting, Gary. to the future. That's what your sign said. Bigger, better, greater. Actually, it's to the future. That's what he says, Herbert. To the future. What do you see based on what I said, and ladies and gentlemen, about the fact that all these elections are poised to happen, a shift in the world. I mean, at the same time, we're entering into the 2023 with these wars which are happening. You see,
2024.
2024, yeah, you got North Korea um, playing around and putting his finger up at Biden as well. You would you've got Turkey. No, sorry, you got Russia and Ukraine, and of course Israel and Hamas. So there's so many different moving parts. Gary, what do you
You
see?
see,
Sorry, Herbert. Yeah. Are
what
you
what what is
Go ahead.
happening? What is happening is that the politicians in the US are giving aid and comfort to Putin and other people.
I thought they're giving aid to Ukraine.
No, they're giving aid and comfort to Putin
Okay, as
by
well.
not giving by not giving Ukraine the equipment to fight.
Mm,
They're telling Putin go nyam food,
yeah.
right? And it all started when Trump called him to investigate the Biden family.
And start
That's what
tapping into
happened.
Ukraine.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Mm,
So because Trump started this foolishness, the Republicans are carrying on Trump's work from within Congress.
mm.
So that is what's happening.
But without a doubt, you still have a very, I'm not going to call him lame duck or whatever like that, because Biden is getting old, you know. But you don't have a very strong American leader at the same time,
No,
and I
what
believe that because of his age and senility or so. I'm not gonna.
what you have
Yeah,
is two sets of politicians, one with brain and one without heart.
one with brain and one without heart.
Yeah,
The one with brain is,
the Democrats,
and without heart is
the Republicans.
very interesting. Very interesting. So a lot of Americans are without brain then, as at the same time,
Yeah, they're brain dead.
because
They're
at the
brain
end of
dead.
the day, at the end of the
They're in
day,
comatose.
at the end of the day, these are the people that put people in. You know what I mean?
Yes,
You know.
they're
Um,
coma. They're in comatose.
let's go back to Gary. But they what Melanie Roberts said. I think the public deserve more respect and explain, and they need to explain their manifesto. This is regarding the political parties, but the political parties at this moment, none of them will want to put their manifesto out there because they don't want anybody to grab hold of it. Even like in Jamaica, nobody's going to put their manifesto out there as yet. Gary, what you're saying? Yeah.
I think that not only is the United States in this in this condition, but the world really is leaderless. The
Rudderless.
the
Yeah. Yeah.
the the this the leadership that the Americans provided in the after the Second World War,
Yes.
down to, and probably I would even say down to Obama, even though Obama was not a popular president, it would seem, because I don't know if he did anything while he was in power, but down to who now? I would say up to Clinton or
Mm.
Father Bush,
Yes.
or I would probably go back to Reagan
Yes.
up until that part, which was in the 80s there.
Mm.
I mean, America had strong world leadership.
Mm.
Now, compared to that type of leadership, we're not. The world is in need of leadership. If the military might, I mean, I read something on the. I read, or did I read, or did I hear something
Yeah.
to say that the American army is in the worst possible condition it's in for years.
Yes.
Yes.
And even though even though they may have, the ships on the oceans, they may have the best fighter pilots in the world, and cutting edge technology, but really um, the state of mind, I don't want to really say that. There was
Mm.
something else I wanted to say, I can't bring it, but America really is in a desperate condition, and the world, because the world has been looking to America for leadership and has depended on America for leadership for all of these years, seeing the
Mhm.
Americans now
Yeah.
in such a disarray, the world doesn't really know what to do, because where they've always depended on leadership, it's not coming from there anymore. The White House really seems to be not giving the signals that or sending the signals that the world needs. And it
Yeah.
is a shame. I mean, after Biden, really, who is in the Democratic? If you look at
Yeah.
um, well, we're not there, but if you look at the Democratic Party, who is
Yeah.
there that has the gravitas to come after Biden? Who is in the Republican Party? I
Yeah.
mean,
There's
take out the orange man. Who is in the Republican Party
There's an
that
Asian
has?
guy there. There's a young Asian guy there who's very
which
vibrant.
one?
Forget his name.
Vivek. Vivek
What's it?
Ramaswamy,
Yeah, something like that.
the one that walk behind Trump every step he makes.
I don't know if he, but I don't know if he walks behind Trump because
Yeah, he walk behind him. They all walk behind Trump.
well, I guess they realize. Well, you said something a while ago earlier. Everybody has to pick different things and try to gain their because politics is about compromise and power. That's what politics is. It's compromise and power. So you can't operate by yourself. One of the key things is that one has got to be a team player. The unfortunate thing, or well, the fortunate thing with Labour is that Labour is singing or keeping their people together, while the Conservatives may seem to somewhat, you know, fighting at each other and trying to get the best leader, trying to maybe possibly have another leadership contest. But politics is about compromise and power. That's a hallmark. So one has got to play a certain game. One has got to put in the heart in some places, and one have got to put in the brain in some places, you know, and try to come to some sort of what should I say? And I think the key word, which my sister said a while ago, was that in respect of dangling the carrot to waver the public's vote. Dangling the carrot, it is not actually being fair. It is not being genuine. It is actually trying to just pull something over your eyes and then waboom into another election.
Because people do not vote for policies anymore. They vote for politicians.
Yeah. Yes, that's so unfortunate. Listen, I want to touch on something here because I'm not looking at the time here, and well, our condolences to the people in Prague. But I want to touch quickly on something in Jamaica recently regarding the killing of a former politician's wife, Garry. I don't know if you read about that. But before I go in there, Prague, that's a serious thing happened there recently a while ago. Um,
Just this evening.
just this evening, as I was
I
working.
didn't. I was out of touch with that. What happened there, Herbert? Sylbourne?
A
Yeah,
student killed 10 people at
What?
a campus. Yeah,
yeah.
he
What
he
happened?
killed
Why?
himself.
Was it
I
was
don't
it was
know.
it due to what's happened down in the Middle East there?
No,
No,
no, no,
no,
no,
no. When I
no,
say,
unrelated.
yeah, in a nutshell, Czech police says 14 people were shot dead by a gunman at a university in Prague. Another 25 people were injured, 10 seriously, and police say the gunman, a student, was found dead. Police believe the shooter was connected to the murders of two people in a forest near Prague last week. And the shooter was from a village near the Czech capital, and his father was found dead early on Tuesday. The incident
Oh,
occurred at Charles University, is not being treated as a terrorist incident. Prime Minister of Petro say he was cancelled upcoming engagement in light of the tragic event. Um, you know, should I say it? Sometime when these things happen, and it depends on the race of the person. Depending on the race of the person, they say it's mental health. If it's
Yeah,
another
yeah.
person, they'll say it
It's
is
terrorism.
terrorism.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
that's the thing. And I'm not saying anything
yeah.
because I don't know what the person's color, but that I mean, let them rest in peace and so like that. But it's something which is happening worldwide now. The killing, you know, um, you know, mental health, you know, lots of people frustrated. And I think what it is, a lot of people build a lot of things build up in people a lot, build up to a point they get really no outlet. They need to take a walk. They need to take a walk in the park. Right? They need to take a walk and listen to the birds. I know the birds are just peaceful at the same time. You know, you know. I walk in the park sometime in the morning and I hear some birds like them having a big bashment early in the morning, 7 o'clock. They like them having a dance, man. They're just singing.
Those are the ones that Bob Marley sang about.
Must well more than three, you know. But yeah. So our condolences to what's happening over there as well. But listen, before we go, Herbert, what's going
Yes.
on in Jamaica there? Gary, I don't know if you heard about this, but in a nutshell, a lady a wife of a politician, a former MP in Jamaica, was found dead in her bed, and they said she died in her sleep. Okay, and then all of a sudden last week, coroner's inquest or whatever said. Guess what they said? She had 3 bullet wounds. You know, 3 bullet
Three
wounds.
bullet
Murder.
wounds.
Yes.
Murder. She died in her sleep. Yes, we may not be able to dispute
Yeah.
that she died in her sleep,
Yeah.
but she didn't kill herself, and she didn't die of a
Oh,
heart attack.
okay. I guess where you're coming from.
And
I guess
like
we.
and like they say in Jamaica, she did not wake up dead.
You understand that, Gary?
Yeah,
You understand that,
huh?
Gary? I'm saying, asking Gary if you understand that. And you have people and you have people who dead and who deader.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, the police that went there to the initial report,
Mm,
I think they um they failed in their duties to carry out a proper investigation from the start.
mm,
Because initially, when you get a call of a sudden death, the first thing that runs through your mind, is it really a sudden death or is it a sudden death?
yes.
Right? So you go to the scene and you start to look for any signs of breaking or any signs of robbery,
Mm,
inspect the body for any marks of violence, anything.
yeah.
And if they had carried out that inspection, they would have seen the bullet wounds, right?
Let me ask you this question. I think you're saying it actually at the same time. But if a person is called the police and said, um, I just woke up and my wife is dead or my husband is dead, police
Yes.
normally will come or just the doctors will come. Police will
Yeah.
come.
No. The police is present,
Yes, because
right?
because
And
they're not saying it's a break-in. They're not saying it's a murder.
no,
They're just saying it's like somebody
no.
died in their sleep. Yeah.
It's a
So hold on,
common.
hold on.
It's yes, Gary.
Are you saying to me, Herbert? Are you
Mhm.
saying that they both
Yes.
went to bed? The report is that they both went to bed. The husband
Well,
get up and
no.
find that.
Still, no. Sylbourne was just making a reference,
Mm,
Okay.
right? But from what we're hearing in Jamaica is that the husband reported that his wife died in her sleep.
mm,
Okay, the police
Uh-huh.
attended the scene, of the sudden death. Yeah?
Yeah.
But what they didn't do was carry out a visual inspection of the body to ascertain that it was in fact a sudden death.
Mm.
If they had done that, he would have been arrested on spot for suspicion of murder. But because maybe of who he is, they allowed him to walk.
Because Garry, one of the things about Jamaica
Hello, Sylbourne?
So,
Can't hear you.
I don't know what happened a while ago. Am I back?
yeah, you're back now.
You need the police. The police not doing their job, man. Police need to come and ascertain what happened to you.
I don't know. Everything just went down a while ago. I just thought everything just went down a while ago. I was like, I don't know what happened there. Yeah.
Herbert, you better come off of the
Yes.
roof, man, and go and see what happened to Sylbourne.
The fiddle on the roof.
Finland roof. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so that if what I was telling you earlier is that God forbid that she had seen a doctor within 6 months of her passing,
Mm.
this would not have been uncovered,
Wow.
right? Because if you've seen a doctor within 6 months and then you die, the family can say, right, because he or she was under doctor's care, we don't need a postmortem to be done.
Wow.
But because she was healthy, a postmortem had to be done.
Wow.
And when a postmortem is done, the pathologists carry out, before they draw the knife, they carry out that inspection of her body, head to toe, to see if there's any visible signs that he or she was in a fight, was injured, or something
Yeah.
before.
Yeah. Based on how things are, do you believe that with that time elapse, and Garry also, what I found out and what I got to understand, and Herbert, you can confirm as well, is that the room had a makeover. The room had a makeover.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Right?
And of course,
But
what we are hearing, we are just what we are hearing, so it's not like
yes,
been there. Yeah.
but even if the room had a makeover,
Yes.
they should be able to find the contractors who did the makeover.
And start getting some affidavits
Yeah,
and so like that.
and start working backwards.
So working backwards now.
Yeah.
Wow.
So within that room,
Wow.
the forensic team will go with their fluorescent light because there are blood splatters in the room that is covered by the paint.
Wow.
Right?
But then again, Herbert. Sorry, I'm just thinking.
Yeah.
There's no guarantee that she was killed in her bed. She could have been killed and then brought to the bed. Is that what I'm saying, isn't it?
Well, even if she was killed and brought to her bed, wherever she was killed inside the house,
Or outside of the house.
there's blood there. So what they need to do is look at the cell phone activities
where she was,
where both people were at a convenient time or particular time, and then track it from there. What time was the police called? Who did you call before you called the police? Who did you call after you called the police?
Yes.
Who called the undertaker? Who called the doctor? Right?
Who wanted the makeover? Why was the makeover done so quick?
Who called the contractor?
Yeah.
Where did you buy the stuff from to do the makeover.
Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Something is not looking right to me. When was she? Okay, when was she killed?
In
She
November.
died on the 10th of November.
Okay, when was the room made over?
Don't know exactly when.
Was it?
The,
Is the date before or after
It will be after. It
the
was
murder?
after the killing,
Okay,
after the death of
and
her. Yeah.
and when was the examination of the body?
Just
Last week.
last week.
Last week.
Last week it
Well,
was.
last week. Well, last week we got the news. It was, I was on my talking sip Saturday night, and Lester sent me the message, and a person also texted me about it as well. And then it
So hold
got
on.
big in Jamaica.
So,
Yeah.
so hold on. It was only then that they found out that she was murdered last week,
Well,
or when they
that was
probably.
when it was made public.
That was when it was made public. That's the best way of saying it.
So
Right? That was when
so
it was made public.
so all right, that was when it was made public. But
Yes.
when did they? So did they? Hold on. This sounds very strange, because it would seem as if it would seem to me then. Is there any fingers being pointed at the husband doing a cover up,
Well,
or is it police that's doing a cover up on behalf of the husband, or what? What's
fingers
going on there?
fingers
What's the
shouldn't be
feeling?
pointing at him. The whole hand should be pointing at him.
The
Right?
finger, no finger should be
No,
pointing at him.
no,
Behind.
no, not the finger. The whole hand should be pointing at him.
Gary,
Because
it's like Ninja Man one time, or Major Mackerel. A lady was interviewing her, and he said he got bun. You understand what bun is? And he said, "Boy, he get more than bun. Him get the bakery too."
he can get the beer trick.
So
So
no,
that
but
does give you an example what Herbert is saying there. Yeah.
But what happened, right? He's a firearm holder. He's a licensed firearm holder. And she was found with gunshot wounds. So what should have happened then was the police should have taken the firearm into custody.
Yeah.
They should have done what is called a GSR, gunshot residue swab, right, on both hands, because maybe he's right-handed or left-handed.
Yeah.
They should have taken his clothes that he had on him that he was wearing at the time when the police went there. In essence, the entire premises should have been made into a crime scene.
Yes.
And from what we're hearing, he was allowed to live. So even if he was not a suspect, or if they wasn't treating him as a suspect, he should have been taken away from the house for his safety and well-being, while the investigation, scenes of crime, and all the technicians carry out their work.
Yes. Yes.
yeah,
It
something don't sound right there, Tom, man.
well, everybody's drawing a conclusion that something is wrong, but
Well,
I'm just
Stevie Wonder saw something wrong with it.
even Stevie saw
Stevie Wonder see.
yeah, and Ray Charles would have been
Yeah, Ray Charles would have seen it too.
Them start sing a song, man. The song soon come out. Don't worry.
yeah. But guess what? You know what I just was thinking about? That young
What?
man with an X5 killer who fired the shot into the taxi. There's a young man in Jamaica. He went to KC.
Yeah.
Remember the X5 killer? You remember
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
They haven't got anybody on that case, but it
No,
was like
but
an
no.
open.
No,
Oh,
he
what,
was
what?
found, he was acquitted
Oh, they found somebody.
because they found him,
Yeah.
but he was acquitted. Reason being, the police did not do what they were supposed to have done: confiscate his firearm and test it. What he did was presented some other dude to say he was driving my car,
Yes.
right? I loaned him my car to drive, and he committed the murder. And if they had taken the car in custody and check the fibers on the seat as well as his clothes, they would have found that he was the one that was driving the car. Look at Patrick Bailey, the attorney that killed the man in his house. So
he got up?
the JCF has a lot of accountability to be done.
Was the Patrick Bailey thing? Was he caught and convicted? I don't know.
No, he was not charged. He was never charged for it.
So Garry, what you're seeing here is like is it like money talk and BS walk? I don't know what's going on here.
I don't know. I mean, listen. I mean, Jamaica is not Jamaica. Sadly to say, Jamaica is not strange to these things. A lot of these things have happened in the past, whether it's politicians or it's even the very police themselves. I mean, you know, police kill wife, not out of it, and and now, I mean, who is this politician? What's his name? Is there a name released?
His name is
Julian Silvera. Jolan Silvera.
Jolan Silvera.
Yeah, it's public knowledge, so I can put the picture up. So it's not a secret.
Is PNP or JLP guy?
It's PNP. Yeah.
I mean, were they getting on? Were there any news about them?
Well, I understand that there's DV between them. There are DV between. It's alleged DV between him and his wife.
What's that?
Domestic violence. Domestic violence. There have been issues there. Yeah, but you know, I don't know, Garry. You know, because one of the things that the lawyer said is a King's Counsel. They always say they pull him out whenever it's a high level case. He said people must stop the speculation and everything like that. You know, he said his client is not being looked at as someone who is
as a suspect
or so, but they're taking the guns from him. So I guess a lawyer will have to say that. He will say my client will defend himself vigorously and my client wasn't there or something like that, or my client is, you know, that's what lawyers will always say in the preliminary bit.
But if the police, but what I can't get is this: I fully understand and I agree with what Herbert said. Yeah. If, for instance, I get up out of my bed, or did he find the wife dead, or he got up and found the wife dead? What was it initially? What was it?
Only he who sees knows.
No, but what is the report? He found his wife dead? Is that what the report said?
Yes, he said, that's what the report said, that she died in her sleep.
In her sleep. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
So Gary's asking, did he find her?
No.
Was he the one that found her?
But the point is this. The bed was not, if she got three bullet wounds?
Yes.
Wasn't the bed soaking with blood? Or was she shot?
No.
And the police never investigate that?
That's why I brought the point. Maybe she was killed somewhere else and brought to the bed.
Yeah, but with the pathologist saying that they found 3 bullet wounds. How could, I don't understand that don't make sense. I mean, you don't need a court case to find out who do it. The whole hand is pointing to the husband. I mean, that just don't seem right. As Herbert said.
Garry, Jamaica is the only country in the world where when a wife or husband is dead, there's no investigation, right, into the husband or the wife of the surviving partner.
That's true, yeah.
But how could that be?
No investigation.
Is it similar to an MP in Jamaica? It is alleged beat up his girlfriend and lick her up with some chair, and it was on video.
Yes.
And they still say it wasn't him.
It wasn't him. It wasn't him.
Hold on. Lick her along with a chair, and it was on video, and then saying it wasn't him.
He was
Yeah.
beating her
Is
like
that
Byron
his
the
name?
bass drum.
Yes. And guess what? Guess what? Guess what? He's now
They got
married.
married.
He got married. And guess what? And guess what? He was a member of the Jamaica Labour Party MP, and then they kick him out of the party, and then he sat as an independent. And when the PNP sometimes walk out of Parliament, he goes into the governments. He walks into their seat and says he's the he's the opposition. Garry, it's a joke sometimes, brethren.
Yeah. I remember when I was stationed in Silo
Yes.
down in St. Elizabeth. A fellow came to the station like 4 o'clock one morning to say his wife burned his house down.
Mm.
Right? And I remember saying to him, "Do you have children?" "Yes, we have the children." "I don't know. I just felt the heat and jumped out the window." And I said to him, "Mate, you better make sure see your story right. Because if it's not right, I'm sorry for you."
Dog name
We
support.
went up, we went up there, a place in Quokka. This was 95. Not 95.
Yes.
We went up there, and it is still at the morning you could see the charred remains of the wife and the 2 children.
Wow.
Right?
Mm.
So sometimes police need to cut out the sentiments, cut out the fear of what they're there for, and just get on with police work.
Mm. It is.
Yes,
It is.
somebody has died, but they didn't kill themselves. Or
Yes.
even if they did, you still have to ensure that someone didn't force them to kill themselves.
Oh, and by the way, according to how social media is operating now, Garry, they don't say word like kill and dead. You say unalive, undead, and
Really?
those are the words that they start to
Listen,
use now. You know what I mean? You know, certain words, and
listen,
it's getting ridiculous.
that's a degradation of the English language.
Yeah, unalive. You know what I mean, and all those sort of things.
There's two words, dead or alive. There's
Yes,
nothing named unalive.
yes. Well, listen, guys. Well, thanks for coming on, and Garry, we'll follow this up. You'll see more of it. This whole issue regarding the lady. Of course, there's a family, and of course there is I think there was a son who died in a pool some time ago, and people are talking
In
about
2002 or 2012, their 2-year-old son died in a pool.
yes, yes.
Man,
Yes.
I tell you, this world, yeah, is getting bad, getting worse.
Yes.
It's not the world, Garry, it's the people.
You know, that's a very valid point. You know? That's a valid
Yes.
point. That's a valid
It's not
point
the world, it's
because
the people.
this song by Lou Rawls, which I can't play because it's a
Yes.
copyright issue. He says, "What's the matter with the world? Has the world gone mad?" And then he
No,
answered,
nothing's wrong with the world.
he answered it in the same song. There's nothing wrong with the world, but it's the people that is in
It's
it.
the people that's in
It's
it.
the people, Garry. The people. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for joining. And this is the last show of 2023. We're back 2024.
You'll be back next year.
Yeah, next year. Yeah. Next year. The 4th of January. You know, those who are Garry. What's your say? Are you into procrastination, or I call it resolution? Sorry, I interchange it
New
sometimes.
Year resolution.
New Year resolution or New Year procrastination. I tend to always interchange them like that.
No, I mean, I don't know about New Year resolution. I mean, people do that, but nothing happens with it. It just
You just did it.
Just did it.
You just
you
did
just
it.
have to do my life.
Time
Then
did
you did it.
it. Time did it. A good time did it.
Yeah, I think we have to. I mean, I think for myself, knowing that, looking at the world, looking at other people in the world, looking at the scriptures in which I do on a daily basis, and the life that I try to live myself, seeing that I'm not perfect in my life. I'm not perfect, never have been. I'm
Yes.
trying to live a life really to please the Lord and to do what is right. I'm having to struggle with that, just like anybody else has to have to struggle.
Yeah.
But I just want to live a life that those who know me, those who don't, those who hear me and not see me, but at least when people do see me, when people do see me, ministering and such, that they will at least recognize that I'm doing and I'm trying to do my best, trying to live a life. And the fingers cannot purposely be pointed at me and say, well, I'm just like one of those who
Mm.
who have a lot to say, but not really living the life that he's saying everybody else
Yes.
should live. So that is my take on a year coming. If the Lord tarries and he gives me the strength to live to see 2024, is that I live a life better than I lived in the year before. But each day that I live each day better than the day before also.
And to
So
be an
I
what
wish
you're
everybody
what you yeah. Sorry, Gary.
I wish everybody, Michelle and Deanne and Lester and Vita and everybody else there, and you, Herbert.
No, no, Gary, it's Vita and Lester. It's the other way around.
I I I will I will cut I'll cut this bit and send it to them so they can hear.
Well, I haven't spoken to Vita for a long time. Look like Vita. Vita don't like me no more. Look like she dashed me, right? And Lester, the blogging god, I haven't seen him for quite a while, so we don't know what to him.
Gary,
But
let's say it's here on
I
Saturday
wish
night.
them all the best.
Gary, you are the one that need to come on Saturday night. Let's say it's here on a Saturday
I
night. It
think
was your last week
I
Saturday night.
think yes. I think I should make it an appearance on Saturday for the last of the year. Really, probably I should.
No,
I should. And I
I don't think I'm gonna do a show because I'm family busy. I don't think I'm, cause it's cutting straight
okay,
into the Christmas. Yeah, yeah,
okay.
as well. But
Well,
as a couple persons here, Gary, sorry, Gary, go on.
no, I've left that to I've left my spot there to Herbert, man. Look like Herbert take my spot, so I have to give it to him.
And Herbert, your message for the new year.
My message for the new year is just to build on what um, you have created in the previous years.
Mm,
Don't try to start anything new. Just build on what you have
mm, mm.
and see how it will work out.
Yes, I think that's sound advice. Because people sometimes want to shut off the. One of the things I always find about New Year is when lots of people say they're gonna shut off this person, cut off this person, cut off, and I always say, one has got to be careful when they say cut off people, because we all work with people, and not everybody's going to be perfect. Of course, there are people who sometimes you got to have to separate yourself from, or they say disassociate yourself from. But is to see as much as possible how much you can um, build your life and support people, because like what I do, and I keep saying, like in the park, I've learned so much over the years, walking in the park, to the point that I'm going to do a book out next year, Gary. I'm going to do a book about how it began, because I've learned so
Really?
much. Yeah, I've learned so much in the park about, you know, listening to the birds, the leaves, the trees, the season. I don't know. It's like a massive story I've learned over the years, and the power of the mental health awareness and strength that it gives you, as well. 'Cause everybody has their different, and I was even saying to somebody the other day, so I love to dance and spin on my head and blah blah blah, and they were saying, somebody was saying, somebody was saying, somebody was saying, somebody was saying, you're a big man. But then I thought about it for a while and said, but hang on a second, I'm not the type of guy that will go out and go to pubs and drink up and and mix up myself. So therefore, I do what I love to do, and I want to say to people to really do what you love to do, and no watch. I just say no watch nobody.
Yeah, no watch no face.
Don't watch no face. You know what I mean? You ever spin on your head and spin on your back.
Yeah,
And then you
yeah,
feel like
yeah.
you feel like you're still 15. Go on.
Yeah.
I post something about me being 15 and doing break dancing, and a picture of my sister sent to me, and all the people who knew me, who got to know me, coming to the UK, they're marveled, and they said, "Really?" And then all my schoolmates from York Castle and from Otrius, they're all coming out and saying, if you watch it, if you read the post, they're saying, "That's Sylbourne. That's it. That's him. I used to stand up at the gate and watch him." Yes. You know? And one lady said, "Yeah, I used to stand up at the gate and watch you." One guy said, "Yeah, man, with what, walking with your what black jacket in a virgin, black jacket in a hot sunshine in Jamaica, with sneakers with different what do you call it, laces, and gloves." Them days were mad. So yeah.
But by the way,
Mm.
is your book going to be beside Boris Johnson's book?
It's gonna be above Boris Johnson's book. It's gonna be
Beside,
above Boris. I said
beside on the same shelf.
it's gonna be above Boris Johnson's book, and so like
No,
that.
what I'm
No,
saying is it going to be on the same shelf as Boris Johnson's book?
I don't know, but I mean,
Because it is
because
rumored that his book will be in the non-fiction section.
I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I get him to actually autograph it.
You might get publishers running away from you, mate.
But listen, guys, have a good one, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming. Those on Instagram, those on TikTok, those on Facebook. Let's go for next year and be good to one another. Love your family, love your children. Be an inspiration and be a motivating factor for all. All right. Okay, guys.
Have a
Garry?
Merry Christmas, guys.
Bless you, man. Take care. Yes. God bless you. Have a happy New
Somebody
Year.
somebody just said, okay, somebody said looking for my signed copy. There we go, guys. There. I got one order already. One order. How many orders I got now? Two. Yeah.
Is she looking for the signed copy or is she looking for Boris Johnson's signature? Which one?
No, don't mix up. Don't put that on myself, man. At least it didn't say the orange book. I make sure I won't put orange in it.
No, that book could be hardcovers with no writing on the pages.
You mean the orange book?
Yeah. It would be 2 covers with 400 pages, all blank. None.
Well, he was the first person that came up with "You're Fired." Remember?
Eh?
He was the first person that came up with "You're Fired." I think Alan Sugar came up after one with The Apprentice. And
Yeah, he was the first person to come up with it, and then it's gonna die with him, especially the Bone Spur.
Well, guys, it was great. Peace out. Garry,
Bless you, man. Take care.
I let you come off of the roof. I know you're up on the roof, but I let you come off of the roof and stuff like that. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm still trying to fix Herbert's aerial, man.
Lorna Savage, bless you as well, Lorna. Okay, guys. And I said I'll definitely send that to Ann Lester as well. And blah blah blah. All right?
To Vita and Lester, yeah?
Yeah, man. Peace out. And God bless you.
Yeah, peace.
Man.
Bye-bye.